Hi guys and girls, this is FrenchKey. In this video I will demonstrate the picking of this padlock, which is a ABUS Plus 8840 with disc tumblers in it, and I will use a SilverBullet tool to pick it. So I'm using here a decoding chart that will help me to decode the lock and even pick it, to know where I am and what I am doing. And I am using the SilverBullet tool with the front tensioning part and the rear filling part. So to start with it, I like to pick these tumbler locks, starting with turning all the discs to the right. So we can see here the lock is closed. I insert the tool in, I tension, and I will start with my discs. So here I am on the first disc here, and I can see I am on a long decoding strip. So I will speak again about this, and I'm just turning to the left, trying to feel where the gates are. So in this padlock you have false gates, so you need to determine which one is a true gate and which ones are the false gates. Usually you have 2 false gates and 1 true gate in this model. So here on code number 2 I can feel a gate, but it's kind of scratchy and pretty small. If I go to this gate, it's similar. I am on code number 3, and here on code number 5 the gate seems to be bigger and is less scratchy. So I will write it down here, and I will say that I have 1 gate in 1 gate, so 1 gate in 2, 1 gate in 3, and actually I believe that the true gate is in 5, so I make a bigger cross here. So I know that I will actually leave this disc on position number 5. So when I come back to it while I'm picking, I know this is on 5, I don't have to search for it. So now I go to the next disc, and on the decoding strips here it's a short line. So this will help me to know on which disc I am on, and here I will write, I like to use it that way to say disc number 1 is a long one, so I call it a 1, and number 2 is a short one, call it a 0, and this will be like this. So this is just to help me to know where I am exactly in the lock. So here I am on disc number 2, and I do the same. So this is binding, I turn to the left. Okay, here I feel, and maybe you hear the click. So this is a gate, but it looks very small. So let's go forward. Okay, so here I have a pretty big gate. And here as well. So actually that gate looks even bigger than the second one. So this is a very big gate, this is a medium-sized gate, and this one is pretty small. So I believe that, yeah, this one is very big. So this one is code number 1. So for disc number 2 I believe that the code is number 1, and I can double check the other ones. So sometimes you need to release a little bit the tension while you pick, because if you don't, obviously you might break your tool, or maybe even break the lock if it's not a very good quality lock. So you don't want to over tension. So here I have something in between 2 and 3. And something between 3 and 4, let's call it 4. But these, I believe, are false gates. So let's come back to code number 1, and this should be good. Let's move forward to the next one. So because I turned everything to the right at the beginning, all my disks are placed at depth number 6 or code number 6. So I go to the next one, and okay, so here I have a gate, so at depth number 5, so I can mark it. Here I have one. Oops, so I was out of the disk, go back in. Here I have one, so it's between 3 and 4. And I have another gate here that feels bigger. You can see it, I guess, moving my fingers. You can see that this gate looks pretty big, and it's depth number 2. So on this one, I will leave it at depth number 2, and I know, or I think this is the correct code for this one. And at least, even if I made a mistake, I can come back to it, and I know this is where it is placed, and I can just move to the other ones, and I don't need to try 1 or 6, I will just try the other ones here. So here, if I lose myself, if I don't remember where I am exactly, I can see that this one is what I call the 1, so a long strip, so I know that the next one must be a short one, just to help me to know where I am in the lock. So here I have a small gate around 5. Here the gate seems to be bigger, but I don't know yet. So this is between 3 and 4. Okay, and I have another one between 1 and 2, but this one is smaller, so I believe that this one is good. It's between 3 and 4. So I go back to it. Yeah, it's definitely bigger, so I will leave my combination like that and move to the next one. So I jiggle it just to make sure that the tool go inside the disk, and again turn to the left. So here between 3 and 4 I have a gate. So this one, so I didn't feel anything to the right. No, okay, so my first gate is here. I have a second gate between 2 and 3, or somewhere on the number 2. Okay, and so I have another one that is between what you could call 0 and 1. There is no 0 marking obviously here, but this one is actually bigger. You might be able to see it when I turn it. So I will leave it in here, and this is my, so I put it a little bit on the left here because it's somehow between 0 and 1, but it's definitely bigger than the other ones. So the good thing with this technique is that if you release, or if you don't touch it anymore, if you don't tension, you will not lose everything because it is not spring biased. This is very good. You can rest for 1 minute or 2 and just come back if you need. So I go now to the next disk. So I need to find where it is. They are coming for me. No, good. Okay. I was in and out. Okay. So again, so I am on disk number 6, turn to the left. Okay, so I have one gate, very small, very scratchy gate on depth number 4. So I'll mark it here. Whoa, this one looks big. So I have a very big gate between 2 and 3. And I have a small gate on 1, so I believe between 2 and 3 is good. So I release a little bit my tension to go in. Okay. And I mark it here that this is where I stay. I move forward to the next disk. Okay. So the deeper you go in the lock, the harder it is to move, because of all this play you have and all these tolerances. But okay, it's good here. So do the same again. So I'll try way here. Okay, so I have a very small gate between 4 and 5. I have a very small gate, so the gate actually gets smaller when you pick the lock, because all the first discs have been placed already, so the tolerances or the play actually is narrowing. So now the false gate give very small movement, and the true gates actually just give the same movement that they did. So this is, oh, this is now open. So I was turning the feeler to the left, so somewhere between 1 and 2, and actually I can feel, and you can see the tensioner that is turning now, and the lock is open. So now, if we like, we can decode the lock using directly this chart, which is not very clear in here, but we can see this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So this will help me at least to pick it again if I need. But if I want a very precise decoding, I can of course do it. So I just turn all the way to the right as I tension, and I go back to every single disc and I somehow pick it. Actually it's already picked, obviously, but I just turn it all the way to the right, and here, for example, I see my line is on the line number 2. So I can say that number 7 is depth 2 or code 2. I come back, and here I know it's somewhere between 2 and 3, so I need to move between 2 and 3, okay, to be inside the disk. Okay, I went too fast. Okay, so here I see this is a 3. Here I know this is somewhere at 1, so I will need to turn left again. Okay, so this is definitely a 1. Here I know this is somewhere between 3 and 4. And I see this is exactly on number 4. And the next one will be somewhere around 2, so I need to turn a little bit to the left here. Okay, so this is a 2. Okay, you can see the line on code 2. This one is a 1. And last one is all the way to the right. So I need to turn here. Okay. And here I see it as a 5. So this is a 5. And of course my tensioning disk is 6 by definition. So this will be my code. Thank you for watching. This was FrenchKey picking a padlock with disk tumbler ABUS Plus number 8840.